Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Louise, your makeup artist mama, and today I'm going to do a get ready with me, and I'm going to talk about my mental health whilst I am 34 weeks and a day pregnant. So I've already moisturized my face, so I'm just gonna spray to refresh my face. I decided to do this video just because I am losing my mind. I don't know who else is going through the same thing. Well, I know a lot of people are pregnant at this moment, and I'm not sure how everyone else is coping, but personally, I've been okay. It hasn't been that bad. If you don't know this about me, I live in the UK, and we are, I think, in the top 5 worldwide where coronavirus cases are high. And right now we are in a lockdown until the 15th of February, which is a couple of days before I deliver my baby. So obviously there's a lot of questions, worries, and this is my first baby, so it's been overwhelming to say the least. This is just primer spray, and I'm gonna use this foundation. This is from Collection Lasting Perfection in Praline. I'm just gonna go through like the 3 trimesters I've been through. I got pregnant around May 20, May 20, and we found out by the end of June. And when I found out that I was pregnant, it was okay. Like, I was scared because we weren't actively trying to be pregnant, but it's already in the discussion. But we know that we are gonna plan to be pregnant this year, so it was all good. Like, nothing, it's not like it was an unplanned pregnancy. However much you plan your life, it's not gonna happen the way you planned it, because that's not how the world works. Yeah, the first trimester of my pregnancy, well, we had to wait for a couple of weeks before I got to do my first visit with my midwife to confirm the pregnancy. So yeah, and I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It was a bit scary for me because I'm like, is this really pregnancy or is this PCOS? But I knew in my core that it's something different. It's something that my body hasn't gone through before. So I was like, okay, I think I'm pregnant. But I just need to confirm. I haven't told anyone except my mom and Aiden's parents at that point, because we just want them to be ready, or you know, like, they're the grandparents, and I can't hide that secret to them for a long time. So we just told them. Yeah, we had to wait for 3 weeks, and then obviously I'm pregnant. Because the thing is, I haven't experienced a lot of symptoms. Well, I just have dry heaving, but I didn't have morning sickness. I feel normal. It's not a very big change for me. It's not too apparent. To be honest, the nutshell or the overall feeling towards this whole pregnancy, I don't know, maybe it's just for me. I don't think pregnancy is all rainbows and butterflies and excitement and, you know, like a stork bringing your baby to you. It doesn't feel like a walk in the park, I'm telling you. But there are moments where it's just chill. Sometimes I forget I'm pregnant, especially when I'm at work. The second trimester was the best trimester for me. Second trimester, we are back at work. There's more energy. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna conquer this, and I'm gonna be a boss mama. I'm gonna hustle. I'm fine. There's just one comment from the doctor about my pregnancy. They said that the baby, that I have a low PAP-A. PAP-A is the hormone that your placenta is secreting during the pregnancy. If you have low PAP-A, there's a chance that your baby will be smaller. So when I first got that news, I was a bit anxious. Yeah, I was scared, but the doctors reassured me that it's normal, or you know, It's not an indication of any form of disability or anything. It's just that there is a possibility that your baby's gonna be smaller. They assured me that no, it's not you, it's just that sometimes it just happens like that. So I'm like, okay. After they've detected that my PAP-A is low, they decided that I'm gonna go to the placenta clinic and that doctors will be involved in all of my checkups just to double check about the size of the baby, if the baby's growing well, if there's any issues in my placenta. So this is the green book, and it has all the information about your pregnancy. They attach this every time you go to your appointment. So they have everything in one place, and they have like charts and graphs about the growth of your baby. The system here helped me a lot in terms of how I deal with my mental health, how I managed it, because I don't have to worry about financially. Since NHS is paid through your taxes, I don't really have to pay for anything during the whole pregnancy, and I was so shocked about that. We don't pay for anything with any hospital visit. The only thing obviously you have to pay is if you want any vitamins to take. So in my second trimester, what I did was I was planning to do a lot of YouTube videos before I knew that I got pregnant. But when I got pregnant, I told myself I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself. I'm just gonna chill, and I'm just going to listen to my body, to myself. I just focused on what's essential, which is work. I save all my energy at work because that's what pays the bills. So I have a lot of friends, especially in the Philippines, but they understood that obviously when I got pregnant, I'm gonna be busy and I'm tired and I don't always have time to talk. And I'm glad that everyone's been understanding and supportive about that decision. It kept my peace. Because to me, what's important is my mental health and how I deal with this whole situation, because the pandemic is really stressful enough. I wanted my mom to come here when I give birth, but since the pandemic happened, we haven't tried to apply her visa, and I don't think it's wise to do that right now. Just the thought of not having my mom with me is difficult, and we're alone here. So it was difficult, but what can you do? So my philosophy is just plan as much as you can, but if it doesn't happen that way, just let it go, because you can't change it and it's not worth stressing. Yeah, another thing, so during my third trimester is Christmas and New Year. After Christmas, I was a bit feeling down because it's like it's not getting better and it's affecting me personally. Now, I don't have support. We weren't able to just have that one last Christmas with family. Before Christmas, I've already been part of me who died. And it's been weird processing it. My third trimester is all anxiety so far. I'm excited for the baby. I'm really, really happy, excited, and I'm just anxious about delivery. I don't know how that baby's gonna come out of me. So that's making me anxious. I haven't read a book about pregnancy, but what I do is I research the answers to my questions when I thought about it. I don't like having too much information being thrown to me because it's gonna be stressful for me. I just want to listen to myself, to my body, what I need, and I don't want to be given loads and thousands of different approaches, options, perspective. This is why I also limited my communication from everyone. Let's say even if someone gives me an unsolicited advice, it's from a good intention. It's not meant to harm or not meant to make me feel whatever. I know that everyone's intention, especially from family and friends, every child is different, every pregnancy is different, every mom's different. Yeah, that's just how I approached it. The midwife told me that I could have a birth plan. There's a section in that green book where you could plan, or you can have an option of home birth, stuff like that. But to me, my philosophy is I didn't want to give birth at home because during this time, I feel like it's a bit selfish to take a doctor and have a doctor stay with me, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. I feel like it's a lot to ask for a medical practitioner. So I just want to give birth the safest way, the most uncomplicated way, which is in a hospital. If something happens to me, knock on wood, everything's readily available in the hospital. I want the epidural, I want drugs. My body's gonna experience a lot during the birth, so I just want to go easy on my body. Another thing that makes me anxious is I'm kind of holding on to this version of myself. So this non-mama version of myself is a career person. Like, I'm happy with my work. My company offered me a full year to take off, and I told them, okay, I'm gonna take the year off. I'm like holding on to that version of myself because I'm quite scared about the transition of me being like a go-getter, a career person, and then I'm just gonna stay at home for a year. And another thing that makes me really anxious is just going out. We've been going on walks, but not every day. Here in the UK, a research center advised the government, they advised that if someone is 28 weeks and above pregnant, which at that point I was already in my 30th week, they could request to work from home, and their company where they're working at should support that. Because I'm a makeup artist, I have a very close contact job. There's no other way that it's gonna be safe while I'm applying makeup. Yeah, the company I work for really supported me. It made me assured that I'm gonna be exposed less, so I don't take that opportunity to go anywhere else. So I just stay at home, literally. I think today is one of those days where I could say I'm okay. Okay, haven't had a mental breakdown or haven't cried today. At some point, I think we chose to not watch the news every day, especially news that are not really that relevant to us, and it really helped. But now I'm watching news again every morning, so maybe I have to lessen that. So it was a walk in the park in the second trimester, and then third trimester is a bit like up and down because I feel like I'm getting ready for this. I was anxious about my mom not being able to come, and then delivering the baby, and then I was holding on to the last straw of my old self. I don't know what kind of mother I will be when the baby's out, what kind of person I'm gonna evolve to when he's out. So there's still a lot of questions, but I'm trying to take it one day at a time. My husband has been very supportive. I am very lucky because I've been sending my husband articles about postpartum, just preparing him for what's about to go down. And there's this such thing that I saw that really struck me: postpartum rage. And since I haven't been that bad during my pregnancy, I'm just preparing, but I'm not attracting it, but I'm preparing myself if I'm gonna have any postpartum depression. But I also have to acknowledge the fact that it's not gonna be perfect, especially when the baby's out. Who am I kidding? I just have to accept that some things are gonna be left out, and that cleaning is not gonna be your number one priority. That my baby is my priority than keeping my house clean. And my sanity. It's baby and my sanity. I'm just preparing myself for that. What helped me a lot is my husband. He has been my rock throughout this whole thing. He has been so helpful, understanding. I can't imagine going through this with a different partner, and why would I? I have the best one. We always talk about things. We haven't fought. So let's see if this baby's gonna change it. By the way, I just want to say that brushed up brows or laminated brows are very in at the moment, and I've done it before on myself, but I just don't do it right now because I don't want the perm solution directly on my skin and into my bloodstream. So my alternative for it is this got to be glued literally, you're gonna glue your brows. I'm just gonna take a small amount because I am really happy. And then brush your brows the opposite direction. It was white when I applied it, but it dries transparent. To sum it up, this whole pregnancy is a roller coaster ride. Mainly highs, but also lows when it comes, but not that bad. Well, before my pregnancy, I've never been diagnosed with any mental health issue. I think I started in a good place, and I don't think being pregnant really impacted negatively on my mental health, because I've been through worse. Yeah, actually, I won't even say that it's bad. It's been really good. It's been a good experience, life-changing experience. It's just a roller coaster ride. As what life is, because life's like that. You can't always be happy, and when bad things are happening, it's just not the end of it yet. Let's just let that dry for a second. And then, yeah, what really helped me throughout this pregnancy is planning for some self-preservation activities when I deliver, which is why I continue doing YouTube videos. Since I'm not going to work for a year, I want to do something that's mine. This YouTube video or social media work, makeup work. I still want to do makeup. I still want to, just those practices or things that I do when I wasn't pregnant yet, just so it still feels like me, that I'm not losing myself completely. And also, it's a way of updating all of my families and friends from different parts of the world in a video. I don't have to talk separately and all of the time. I don't want to be in my phone all the time just to keep everyone updated. Oh, I started journaling again. I started journaling when I was in college, I think, or high school. And I kind of stopped. But now, because I know that writing things down really helps me process my thoughts and my feelings. So sometimes when I'm done talking, I'm tired of talking about it, I just write it down. There is a wise model friend who told me that she was telling me about this makeup thing, and I said, oh, I don't want to buy it because right now it's like I have to choose between buying for myself or buying for the baby. And she said that right now the baby's still inside you. You have time. You have to spoil yourself because this is the last time. Maybe this is the last time you'll be able to spoil yourself, that you'll be able to buy yourself some nice things, because when the baby's out, the baby's gonna be your priority. So buy that makeup, buy that thing that you've been wanting, spoil yourself a little. It won't hurt, obviously, as long as you can afford it. So we've also been gifted a lot of things, which is really a huge thing for us. It's helped us a lot with all of this. This whole experience that I've had is too quick and slow. Everything just happened at the right pacing in terms of what I've gone through, what my thoughts are, and in terms of mental health. Everything happened in phases, in stages. It was a beautiful experience. In a mental health perspective, the biggest thing that helped me was preserving myself and listening to myself a lot. This is my philosophy in everything. I know that I don't know anything and everything in the universe, but I need to experience it myself before I don't do it or before I do it. So I always do something before I say no to it. Yeah, the biggest thing that helped me during this pregnancy is preserving myself, not being available to everyone and anyone who contacts you, trying your best to avoid negativity, for example, which is the news, because it has affected me mentally and I didn't like it. And having a good partner, a good partner really helps a lot. just the feeling of being supported and not being alone is a huge thing. That is one of the biggest things I'm really grateful for. Having the support you need when you need it, and just not taking a lot of information in terms of your pregnancy. Well, this is just me. Some people like preparing from A to Z or having all the information given to them, but I don't like that personally. What worked for me is just taking in the information when the time comes that I need it, when the question arises in my brain. I think that sums it up. So for women who are pregnant and who are going through pregnancy, who's planning to be pregnant during this pandemic, who has been pregnant, let me know in the comment section down below what helped you through your pregnancy. Like, what are the practices that you've been doing? I know I'm yet to try. I have to meditate. I've meditated before, but I stopped, which is bad. But I have to go back to it again because that helped me a lot. And listening to calming music as well. Like those little things. But in a grander scheme of things, I just spoke about what helped me mentally. So if you have any comments or suggestions, or you want to share anything that you've been through or what you're going through right now, just let me know in the comment section down below, and we can have a discussion about pregnancy. And also, this is my finished look for the day. So I've just kept everything. I didn't really have a direction. I was just putting on makeup as I'm talking because it's quite difficult to do makeup and talk about something. So this is my finished look. I just kept it very nude and monochromatic. So yeah, so thank you for watching, and let me know what type of videos you would like to see more in this channel, because I have a lot of time, but I'm not sure if I have a lot of energy. But yeah, I'll try to do as much as I could. Okay, see you next time. Bye.